Alright, I'm about to head to Cloud Peak in Wyoming. And I got all my shit packed. Might have put a little too much in there. It's about, I think, 10 or 11 miles. Got some protection just in case. But we shall see how this goes. I'm already excited. Yeah, the sun will be set in about an hour. So I'm just gonna go as far as I can and pitch a tent and enjoy having no cell service. Look at that gorgeous lake out there. My goodness. There's like 4 lakes up here, 160 something thousand acres. The peak I'm going to is 13,146 feet, I believe. I'll be lucky to make it a quarter of the way, maybe half at the very most. Pitch a tent, wake up in the morning, finish out, head back. Oh my goodness. This is gorgeous. There's a lot of people here. Surprisingly. Like a lot of people. I haven't been on the trail 2 minutes. I've passed at least 5 or 6. And there's probably 50 cars. Golly, this is gorgeous. And it's so quiet. I guess those are pine needles. Water's just as clear as it can be. Alright, the open field's about to end. Walking into the actual forest itself. Only about 15 minutes in. Already had to make about 5 different adjustments from things in my pack that were annoying me. I reckon my pack weighs about 30 pounds. I'm gonna have to do better. I can't pack this much every time. Seriously? There's the other end of the trail. I got fucking tennis shoes on. Hope I can make this without getting soaked. Without dropping my phone. Shit. I got a little wet. Well, at least I didn't fall in. Golly. Why in the world have I never done this before? I can already tell I'm a lifer for this. This is amazing. I could have done this the whole time with the kiddos. Who knows how things would have turned out. This is amazing. Of course, it's a pain enough ass just to get myself here. I can't imagine getting 4 little turds out here too. But I guess I'd have managed. I used to take them to the beach all the time. Figure out we did that good enough. I don't think we could have hiked this whole thing. They could have made it. I hadn't have been working out the way I have been, I wouldn't make it. But walking and exercising in Okeechobee, it's only 60 feet above sea level. And a couple days ago when I was in Minnesota, that was only about 800 or 900 feet above. I'm currently 7,000 feet. And I can tell. And beyond that mountain ridge, that's not even as far as I'm going further than that. If I can make it, it's 13,167 feet. Wish me luck. But I was hearing things. Just a nice little freshwater stream just flowing out the mountain. Oh my God. I may never go back anywhere. This is just so beautiful. Loads of dead trees falling. All right, I'm an hour in. If I'm hiking 3 miles an hour, I'm assuming I'm about 3 miles in. If I read it correctly, it's 10 miles round trip, but shit, it could be 20. I don't even remember. Somebody apparently made a tent here before, but I had to take my pack off. It doesn't work out. I love it. Like I feel like I'm falling forward because I took that 30-pound pack off. So I've just been leaning forward into it. But yeah, this is nice. I could really get used to this. Look at that moon. I have no idea if it shows up. Absolutely gorgeous half moon. And an absolutely gorgeous forest. Man, is it quiet. Only thing I ever hear is a distant river flowing. Very, very distant. I mean, there's not even a puff of wind. It's on the grass right there. It's not moving at all. It was about 95 driving in here all day. And it's probably about 65 right here. I assume it's going to get down to probably upper 40s, lower 40s. But I came prepared. I got a lot of shit in this little bag. It's going to take just a few trips to learn, what I need, how much food. I probably packed too much. But since it's my first solo, golly. I mean, the boulders around here. All I can say is, if you actually think all this formed in 5,000 years, you are fucking loony. This is millions or billions of years old. Just a sudden clearing full of rocks and no trees. A squirrel? No. Chipmunk? Well, I found where I'm camping tonight. Just over these rocks, came out of the trees. And I found this gorgeous meadow. And I'm gonna follow the trail right up to around there at the very foot of the mountain, and then camp out there ish, wherever the trail goes, and then ultimately way back over yonder. Absolutely beautiful. Perfect weather. Today is September the 4th, 2022. Just perfect. All right, about 50 feet off the trail over yonder. That meadow's over here. And the mountain is over there. And I spent about 5 minutes setting up my camp. And I left my damn string at the other place in Minnesota. I forgot to get it, but I think I can rig it. Yeah, that's not ideal, but I can make it work. I can splice it together, put the food in there, go off about, I don't know, 50, 100 feet, hang the bag up to make sure no critters come and get it. And if they're gonna get something, I'd rather them tear that up than tear me up. All right, I used my last bottle of water to heat the water up in my little kettle there. And cheesy potatoes is dinner nut and a banana. So when I'm done eating, I've got my little water filter thingamajigger in here, and I'm gonna have to go walk over yonder and filter me some water out of that stream. Hell, the stream's probably cleaner than anything I've ever drank, but they say do it, so for now I'm just gonna do it. And then there's no cell service here, so fortunately last night it sucked, but I had to sleep in my car, but I only slept like 2 hours, drove another 6 hours to get here. So hopefully I'll just go right to sleep. I think I will, because I'm tired. This has wore me out and I feel amazing. All right, the sun set about 15 minutes ago. It's not as bright outside as the camera makes it look. Got my taters made. Believe it or not, my tent's in there. I've had to here's the trail. There's been like half a dozen people walk by. They don't even notice me there. As long as one person noticed me just because I was setting the tent up and made noise. Nobody else even knows I'm there. So tomorrow, I'm gonna leave my tent there all day. Just take, snacks, some water with me. Because I walked over there to get my water and filter it, about where the tree line is. And I was just walking, then walked back, and I'm like double the speed. So it'll take me roughly half the time if I don't have to tote that damn thing. But I think all I'm going to be spending the night is just one night here. And then might head over to the Grand Tetons, Yellowstone, so on. But yeah, it goes without saying, if there is a heaven, I'm in it finally. I know y'all can't see me, but it's almost 9 o'clock. I just ate. Got everything set up, and there's dead silence except for the distant roar of a stream. This is so therapeutical. I'm about to fall asleep right now and get up in the morning and go finish this. This is amazing.
All right, I slept about 9 hours last night. Unbelievable. And now I'm heating up my water. I had to go get more This is my little filter system. And now I'm about to make my oatmeal. Turn that off. Got my old beef jerky bag that I put my oats in. About half. This is pancake mix with protein. Yes, it tastes wonderful. A reusable plastic spoon. And it got down to the upper 30s or lower 40s. I slept in my clothes, even this little hoodie and my beanie, in my super badass sleeping bag. It was just barely enough to keep me warm, but I slept like a baby, 9 hours. Man, I didn't even sleep that good in the boat, I don't think. Nah, maybe a couple times. And the honey, of course. Yep, it definitely got cold. I mean, it's just barely squeezing out. Come on. It's so thick. But when I was going down to get water, I was shivering. I had to do some squats, like 20 squats, just to get the blood going. And dipping my hands in the water. Oh wait, this is protein powder, like straight protein powder. Where's my berries? Nope, that's potatoes. Here's the berries. Oop, right up Main Street. That hurt. Perfect. And the chopped walnuts. I'm about to burn a shitload of calories. I'm gonna eat all I can get. So anyways, I'm gonna mix this up and then get on the road or on the trail. I'm not going to take all this crap. I am going to take the backpack because I got to carry food. But I'm going to leave about 2/3 of the weight here so I can make a lot better time. I'm going to try my best to make it all the way to the summit today and back. And that's going to take most of the day. At least, I'm guessing, 8 hours. And then I'll probably sleep here again, because it's another 2 hours and I'll be fully packed and I'll be exhausted. So I'm probably going to sleep here again and then head out in the morning to the car and get back to cell service. All right, 7:30 and the sun is just peeking out. My pack weighs about 20 pounds less. So it weighs, I'd say, 10 pounds at the most. It makes it a lot easier. Hell of a lot easier. So I'm really hoping I've got enough time to get all the way to the summit and get all the way back before the sun goes down, because I left all my shit, everything but food and water basically, left at the camp, hoping nothing's going to. There's some horse apples. Nothing will mess with it. And I forgot my dang coffee. Oh well. Decaf anyways, not like it did me any good. Just something I enjoy. So, here we go.
All right, it's only 8 o'clock. I've only been at this 30 minutes. I already had to shed layers. So I had to put all that in the pack, so I thought I'd stop and take a gander at this. I mean, just gorgeous. I hear a small waterfall there, but it's getting a little more rapidy over there. And I assume the trail's gonna take me in that direction, the higher part of the mountain, which means I'm about halfway up this smaller mountain. It'll take me across somehow, and that's not even nearly the top. Beyond that, there's the peaks, probably another, I'm guessing 5 miles beyond that. You can see where the tree line is, or maybe you can. Tree line's right there. Everything above that, there's hardly any vegetation up there at all. I mean, there's a couple, but not many. Found my first lake. There's like 4 or 5 of them up here. I'm not even sure which one it is. There's Moon something lake and Mirror something lake. I have no idea which one this one is. But I do know that it is pretty. Perfect spot. I mean, the water's just crystal clear. Those are pine needles. Perfect spot to take a break and get some water. I'm having way too much fun. So all you do is take your empty bottle, fill it up. There's my clean bottle. It's actually my mixing bottle I use for my protein powders. And there's just a filter. Oops, wrong one. Gotta put in the bag first. The squeeze bag filter. Holds about 16 ounces. And put the filter on here. You can get these at Academy, like 10 bucks, 15 bucks. Got a little cap on it. Just squeeze it out. And that's all the way full. The most crisp water you'll ever taste in your life. Comes straight out of the mountains. And that's that. Make sure you get all your crap. Whatever you bring in, you take out. That's up the mountain. That's the trail. And this is just one of the many, many springs
keeps that beautiful lake full. Here's the second lake. Again, I'm not even sure which one it is. These trails are nice. A couple spots are a little ambiguous, but it doesn't take long to figure out which one it is. I guess it's gonna, yeah, I see the trail over there. It just takes you all the way around it. God dang, that is gorgeous. Sucker looks deep too. There's a little fish. There he is. I just passed about half a dozen hikers. Said, hey, there's a moose right up there. So I'm gonna go find the moose. I think I've only seen one real moose in real life in my entire life up in Idaho. Crazy Rachel showed it to me, but it was a baby. There he is. Little bitty tiny antlers. I would imagine this, I think moose shed their antlers. It's September the 4th, so if they do shed, then it's coming into winter soon, so that makes sense that they're small. Yeah, this looks like a horse with antlers. Badass. See you, buddy. All right, here's the third lake. About 500 yards past where I saw that moose. I've passed some more hikers, and I think I'm about an hour from the foot. So I would imagine maybe that's Cloud Peak. I'm really not sure. Hope I don't run out of battery because this is all I got. So I might be a little bit short until I get to the very peak of the summit, because I want to be sure to have documentation for that. Pretty sure this is the T. I think I'm going that way. Or you can go that way and go to different peaks. They aren't quite as tall, but I want to go to Cloud.
63 that away. 38's that away. I think 63 is mine. I do want to look at this lake just because I'm up here. Look, I'm way up there. There's a few trees. Not many. A few little stragglers. All those trees I was catching earlier over there. That's at the last lake where I saw the moose. I gotta get my map out. I'm glad I took a picture of that map. I'm pretty sure 63 was the one I'm looking for. Well, I hope I'm on the right trail. I think I am. I'm a lot higher than I was. That valley's where I just came from, where I was confused about the map and the sign, but there's still a definite trail here, and there's definitely another big lake, and I don't know which is which. I don't know if I'm going to be climbing that mountain or that mountain or that mountain. There's one more big one on the other side of this, so I'm just going to keep following the trail. I've lost count how many lakes I found now. This is the 4th or 5th one. I'm pretty sure there's only 5. That's what I've heard people say, I think. Maybe the lack of oxygen up here is getting to me. I don't know. But I don't care. Even if I pick the wrong mountain, who gives a shit? It's the top of a mountain. They're all within a couple hundred feet of each other. And I'm having a blast. If nothing else, I'm just learning what to prepare for next time. This is my very first true mountain summit. Alright, I came from that direction. That's the valley. I found this lake, and the trail goes along about 30 feet down along this way. And I just wanted to see what was up here, so I climbed this hill. And I found another lake. And I found another lake. I'm just going to assume that that's the peak. Because that looks like the biggest mountain, the tallest. It's hard to tell from the camera, but I'm going to go back down here, follow this trail, see where it goes. I mean, there's no way you can climb. That's just a sheer drop. So I can only assume that this trail is going to lead me up here in that valley and then up over this way. Because someone said in a YouTube video, I can't remember who, you can, once you get to the top, you look over the edge, you can see, I think they said Mirror Lake. I can only assume. I've assumed the last 3 lakes are Mirror Lake, but god dang, this is beautiful. Alright, it's snack time. Alright, I snacked. I'm following the trail again. About to get some water out of there, which is feeding that lake. It's so weird because I'm going to fill up here, but you look right here, and I'm almost head level with the top of that lake. So by the time I climb down here, I'm going to actually be below the top of that lake. It's just so cool. I mean, it is crystal clear water up here. Probably ridiculous that I'm even filtering it, but I can say to do it. Now just fill her up. That's it. That's all you gotta do.
Water's crystal clear. Water's crystal clear. That's where the lake is. And that's where I'm headed. To go up and over that way, I think. Wish me luck.
Oh, I must admit that I'm kind of confused. I came from there. That's that mountain I thought I was going to peak at right there. But now it doesn't even look as tall as some of the others. I came all the way through here, through this trail, up to this, looks like obvious pile of rocks that somebody made. And I found another goddamn lake. And I've not looked at a map. I haven't seen any maps that actually show exactly where the lakes are in proportion to the mountains. So now, I'm starting to wonder if that's the peak, because that is definitely snow. You can't tell it from the camera, but I can see it. It's obviously snow that hasn't melted. And I've heard that there's still snow in certain places. Like those patches there, those were way above my head coming in. But now I'm even with them. I'm actually above them a little bit. But it looks to me like, Jesus Christ, I don't know. I don't know which mountain is actually Cloud Peak. I'm just gonna keep following this little trail here. As the trail kind of disappears, like when you're crawling over all those big boulders over there, you don't even see the trail until it's like 5 feet in front of you. You're like, oh, okay, go there. But now I'm right smack dab in the middle, and this is, I don't know, the 6th or 7th lake I found. I don't even know now. So I'm gonna follow this little trail and just see where it goes. My battery's only like 20%, and that's all I've got. So I'm probably not gonna record anymore until I actually reach the summit. All right, there's the trail. I came from up around that valley. That's where all those lakes were. It just keeps going, the trail does. It looks like it just will take me out of the mountain range. I don't know what else to do, so I just took off the trail from right there. Came up all these massive boulders. And I'm gonna head up straight to there, and I'll be able to see if there's a bigger peak from this point. But this is the first really, it looks treacherous, and it is, but it's not as bad as steep as like some of the rest of them around the bend there. I think I can get it up through here. It only took me about 5 minutes to go from that trail down there up to this point. I regret coming this way. That's the way I came. I think I'm in the clear now, but there for about 10 minutes. I thought I was gonna die. This was stupid. I'm not coming back down this way, that's for sure, and I don't recommend coming this way. That's that last lake I saw. Almost lost my axe. Wow. Okay, I made it. That is what I came up. And that is fucking stupid to do. That's some snow. That's the little trail, and that's the lake. But I finally got out of in the clear. I got up here to this. I've never been so happy to see some grass in all my life. Took a little picnic break here, and those are pretty bad. But it's the big rocks that I'm fine with. It's the little ones, the big patch of little rocks. That's where you start slipping and sliding. This looks terrible, and it's not going to be exactly pleasant, but at least it's all big rocks that I can stand on, and it's relatively not as steep. That shit was causing landslides. Like there was about 10 minutes there. I swear I thought I was dead. One slip up and I would have been dead. Man, that was wild. I'm almost to the top. Probably a couple hundred feet as far as altitude. They said I'd be climbing a bunch of boulders. They were bullshitting. God damn. There's a bunch of boulders. Like thousands of feet in every direction. But this isn't bad. It's coming up the steep part where it almost, you have landslide. At least if I fall here, I just hurt myself, scratch myself. Down to about 10%, no, 20%. 20% battery. Just now it gave me the notification, so I'm gonna hold off on any more battery, I think, until I get to the very, very top. I'm way the hell up here, and I actually ran out of water, and I can't believe I found a little stream. And my package, my filter package, came with this syringe, and I couldn't figure out why. Now I know why. I can't get it on camera, but I can just fill this little dude up. Or maybe I can get it on camera. And then just do that, I don't know, 10, 15 times and filter it. Save my ass. That wasn't a spring that I just got water out of. That was melted snow. That is actual ice. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life, I think. It's nice. Keep saying I don't have much further, but I do. From what I can see there, it's about 100 yards, but we shall see. God dang, that's right. I didn't quite make the summit. For the most part, I know generally where I'm at, but I'm kind of lost. I don't know which peak it is, but I just walked by a baby cat of some kind. If it was a mother, I want nothing to do with. I didn't see it, but it was whining, like in distress. It's in those rocks somewhere. I even got the sheath off my hatchet, because again, obviously I don't want to tangle with whatever kind of fucking wildcats out here. So I didn't quite make the summit, but yes, I'm gonna still call it a victory. There's one of the other big gigantic peaks, so I'm at least eye level with it. I'm gonna call this a victory. I could go up if I really wanted to, another, I don't know, elevation wise, maybe 100 feet, probably an eighth of a mile, but those are some steep rocks, and I don't want nothing to do with that pissed off mama cat. So battery's gonna be dead soon, so I'll let y'all in a bit. All right, I finally have cell service a little bit. I made a silly Facebook post checking in with my peeps, but I finally got enough cell service to fight for my GPS to actually show a map. That's the peak, and I missed it. There's an entire valley. Whenever I decided to go up that hill earlier, if I'd have decided to go up the other side, I'd have made it. But I'm too tired, it's too late in the day. So I'm gonna figure out how the hell to get back down. I do know that camp's over there, that way. I just gotta figure out how to get down. All right, this is about my best shot. I've come from here. It is rocky as shit, but this gully here, there's some water flowing there. Yeah, that's my best shot there, because that is just fucking terrible. And that's even worse. And it's like 3 o'clock. Sun goes down at about 7:30, so I've got about 4.5 hours of daylight. I can make it to camp if I go this way and make it not die. But if I've got to go all the way back over there, I don't know. I can't go back down the way I came. And I don't know of any other trails over there. It just looks like my best shot. So I hope I don't die. But Parker, Hayden, Blaine, London, if I do die and they find this, just know that I love you. Always have and always will. And well, I'm gonna make it though. Okay, I think I'm halfway down the worst of it. I'm just, God, I hope I don't cause a fucking rock slide. Holy shit, my heart's beating really, really fast. I don't think a while ago I was more like a third down. Now I'm more like 2/3 down. Just gotta get down that. there, and then that line, that's the trail. As the crow flies, it's not 200 yards away. I finally made it. Thank the gods. That waterfall, that crevice is pretty much the path that I took. I just zigzagged back and forth. At the end, I wound up having to go over here a little bit. And this whole mountain just looks like a dump truck the size of the Grand Canyon. Dump 10 billion loads out here. It is absolutely amazing how big this is. How big all these rocks are and how the hell they got here. I wouldn't do it again. No way. I was literally scared for my life. But I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I finished. I will come back because I love this place and actually stay on the trail, do my research, correct all of my mistakes, and make it to the actual summit of that's it right there, Cloud Peak. But I'll never get off the trail again. I was frustrated because either the maps were, I don't know, I didn't understand the maps, I guess. They look different than the topography and even the sign over there. It didn't make sense to me. So I've got a lot of work to do. But for my very first time to really climb a mountain, I'm just as happy as I can be with my accomplishments. And this is the first of hopefully many, because after doing this, that adrenaline rush, I don't usually like adrenaline because it's usually, I don't know, more scary reasons like the death of my kids, or if I'm worried about that. But if it's just me, I don't know, it just feels, I like it. I like the way it feels. Here's the trail. I went way around there, up there and down. Never again. But I've got about a 2-hour hike back, maybe 2.5. But it's all easy because I know where the trail is and I've done it this part already. This is easy walking. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. Again. I did sleep 8 hours again last night. As soon as I got the tent made, I was out. So, anyways, can't wait to do the next one. I've got like 2% of my battery left, but this is just too cool. He's not 30 yards from me. He's seen me. He doesn't care. Beautiful. I'm in this cool little town called Ten Sleep, Wyoming, just outside of the Bighorn National Forest, where I almost died climbing their beautiful mountains, and I can barely move. I am so incredibly sore, not just my legs, but all that crab walking I did. Thank God I learned how to do that in the 3rd grade because it finally came into use. But I don't know where I'm going next. This is just a cool little town, like 240 something people. But Bighorn National Forest, oh, you have my heart. It is so clean. Everybody's so friendly. About 1 out of 4 or 5 people is carrying guns. People on horseback. It's just a cool town. I love it here. Hell, I may move here. If I could find a job in a little cabin somewhere, I could totally live here. This is neat. Y'all got a cool place, Wyoming.